Well, trying to prove that he was up to the challenge of delivering a lengthy, meaty, impassioned, empathetic speech, Joe Biden delivered to us the Twilight Zone. I watched his address. I'm still not convinced it was live, though we're told it was. But be that as it may, the content. Never ever acknowledging the reason we've come through this long, dark time is because of where the virus originated from. And that it came here. And when then President Trump wanted to stop travel from there, immediately the Democrats sprang into action, led by Nancy Botox Pelosi and Chuck E. Cheese Schumer, to show themselves in Chinatown, in San Francisco, in New York City, telling people, come on out, do not be afraid of this virus. Dr. Fauci was dispatched to tell the 60-minute news crew, we don't need to be wearing masks. We have nothing to be afraid of. This is a nothing. And the president had just finished coming through an impeachment process where he might have been, shall we say, a tad distracted. But within a couple of weeks of the COVID becoming the headline news, we have a case. We now have 10. We have 100 cases. We have our first death. President Trump was on top of it. And immediately he had to go to work because the Obama-Biden administration had allowed things to be depleted when it came to emergency readiness, like ventilators. And it was President Trump who rallied corporations like the Ford Motor Company to start manufacturing at a record rate ventilators. It was President Trump who made sure that no major metropolitan city was going to be overrun and their hospitals wouldn't be able to handle the cases. He dispatched military ships. He set up military surgical hospitals, none of which was ever needed. It was the Democrats, the blue state Democrats in particular, who pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed for lockdowns, stay at home, crushing, killing the economy. But Joe Biden made no mention of that. It's just that we've all come through this dark time, and he is the one who sprang into action and is going to make sure that every American can be vaccinated by May. And he has that ability because of what Donald Trump did. But I'm not even going to go there. He's telling us if we behave ourselves, if we all get vaccinated by July, we can have 4 or 5 people over to our house. Bullhawk. I've had 50 people at my house long before July. In fact, I haven't stopped seeing people. I haven't stopped living life normally. I have encouraged the people I pastor, do not cut yourself off from your grandchildren. Do not cut yourself off from your adult children. Do not cut yourself off from family. And you know, most Americans haven't. In fact, in just a few days, I'll be getting on a plane and going to Florida to see family and enjoy a little R&R. I'm not waiting till July 4th. Sorry, Mr. President. And we have just about achieved herd immunity. And we would have achieved it a lot faster had we not done the lockdowns, which the science is now overwhelming, don't work. They don't work. But instead, we were treated to Joe Biden telling us that St. Fauci Stein, why, if we had just listened to him more from the beginning, you understand that little egomaniacal maniac is on this little power trip giving himself self-induced orgasms that he gets to be on all the news shows and everybody listens to what St. Fauci has to say. You know, there really is going to be a specially preserved, very warm place for him in eternity, for the mental anguish that he has literally put hundreds of millions of people through. And sadistically, he has enjoyed it because he doesn't seem to be able to talk about pandemics and the stress that it puts on people without smiling. I really have to be completely honest. I have absolutely no kindness or love in my heart for Anthony Fauci. And if God is just the way I believe God is just in eternity, Mr. Fauci will get what he deserves. But here, he walks in the praise and the admiration of Joe Biden, whose only real plan that we heard is get a shot. Get a shot, get a shot, get a shot, get a shot. And you know that the shaming is going to come for the people who won't get the shot. And it doesn't matter that we are seeing a 90% drop-off in COVID. Texas is wide open. The Texas Rangers are going to have a full stadium for opening day. That ought to be interesting because that's going to be way before July. I'm excited. I'm almost thinking about getting a ticket and going. I love baseball, and I can't watch another season of baseball with stupid cardboard cutout fans in the stands. That's ridiculous. So Joe Biden's surreal Twilight Zone speech, and even though he's trying to pull us all together and be empathetic, we also got scolded. If you don't do what you're told, we may have to punish you. It's a threat of more lockdowns. Wear the masks. The masks do nothing. Absolutely nothing. The reason the numbers are coming down, we are finally achieving herd immunity. Why? Because more and more of the country is open. Had it stayed open and been open right along, we probably could have achieved herd immunity months and months ago. 30 days to stop the spread, to slow the spread, to flatten the curve. 30 days to kill the economy and not get Donald Trump reelected. Oh, did I really just say that? Did I really just insinuate they politicize this? So, Joe Biden, I give him kudos. He managed to stay awake and look somewhat alert. God only knows how much Prevagen and, Red Bull they had to give him to make him look awake. But this was not we've got this, we got it on the run. No, we were shamed that apparently we're being mean to Asians. We're attacking Asians. Does anybody have any real data on this? Of course, this is coming from a guy that the other day when, he's talking about our military and what his priorities are for the military. We have to redesign uniforms to properly fit pregnant women and make helmets that adjust to female hairstyles. And then tonight he's telling us, just more, get a shot, wash your hands, wear a mask. Took my daughter out tonight to get ice cream. We went to one of those, you walk up. Everybody in line had a mask on, but me. And my daughter said, Dad, no. First of all, I'm outside. It's fresh air. And, and of course, I do. I always get a few looks because I'm the guy not masked. But I noticed something. A couple other people pulled theirs off. And you could almost tell as they kind of looked around like, hey, we didn't keel over and drop over dead. Live free, be free, and do it long before July the 4th. And by the way, how dare Joe Biden, whether he's president or not, tell us as Americans what we can and can't do on the 4th of July. No big gatherings, bullhawk. I'm going to have a fireworks party. And 100 people can come, 1,000 people can come. No more of this. And Joe Biden, I don't know what to say. That surreal, and of course it will be hailed by the lying legacy media as, it was so, I just feel so wonderful now. It was wonderful. He took no responsibility for what his side of the aisle did in inflicting this kind of pain on us. Oh, but he did say, now we can safely open the school. You could open the schools months ago. There's been no need for this. The science has been overwhelming on that. But hey, your $2 trillion little goodie package you just signed, the teachers' unions will well be compensated now, won't they, Joe? I guess my final comment on his speech tonight. Thank God that's over, and we probably don't have to hear from him now for, another 100 days.